that tonight's gonna be a good night.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 pop songs that annoy us now.
Because I'm happy. Come on, if you feel like a room without a roof.
For this list, we'll be looking at tunes that, for one reason or another, get on many people's nerves these days, even if they were popular at the time of release. Your comments never annoy us, so go ahead and leave one below to let us know what you think. If you like what you're hearing, be sure to check out the full song at the link below. Number 10, ABCDEFU, Gale. Okay, so we'll admit that the title of Gale's 2021 breakout hit track is pretty witty.
So let me spell it out. ABCDEFU.
And like most of the world, we dug the song when it first came out as well. But these days, we're more likely to skip it if it comes on while we're listening to music. The thing is, after you hear the same refrain for what feels like the millionth time, it can easily stop resonating. Lyrics that perhaps felt clever and fun at first can arguably come across a little immature. We're just glad Gale excludes the dog from the barrage of anger. That part won't ever be annoying.
Your friends that I'll never see again. Everybody but your dog.
Number 9, I Got a Feeling, the Black Eyed Peas. We have a feeling that this song is getting pretty tiresome. Yes, we know that will.i.am rhymes cup with mazel tov on the track, and we appreciate that as much as the next person.
Let's get oh, fill up my cup. Drink. Mazel tov.
But that isn't quite enough to counteract the general feelings of annoyance that sweeps over us when I Got a Feeling starts.
That tonight's gonna be a good night.
Is it the fact that we have to go through a lot of tonight's gonna be a good night heavy lyrics before the first verse actually starts? Maybe, or maybe it's just because of how often we heard it upon release.
Friday, Saturday to Sunday.
There was a time when this song would get the party started, but to those days, we say cheers. Number 8, Photograph, Nickelback. As one of the more, shall we say, divisive bands of the last few decades, Nickelback's discography tends to either completely elate or totally frustrate people. A perfect example of that love them or hate them, black and white mentality towards the band is Photograph.
Life's better now than it was back then. If I was them, I wouldn't let me.
The first single right off their All the Right Reasons album, the nostalgic walk down memory lane was a top 10 hit in multiple countries. But we'd guess that many people would rank it as one of the most frustrating songs out there too. Look at this photograph. Does it make you laugh or cry out of exasperation?
Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh.
Number 7, Stay, The Kid Laroi and Justin Bieber. Stay by The Kid Laroi and Justin Bieber reportedly became the fastest tune to ever hit the 2 billion streams mark on Spotify. And we aren't ashamed to admit that at least a few of those plays can be traced back to us.
I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could.
It's a catchy song, and something about it felt new and exciting when it was released. But then it started getting played and overplayed. And it went from new and exciting to repetitive and kind of irritating. There's a chance this one might get back in our rotation at some point, but for the time being, we're staying away from it. Number 6, Bad Habits, Ed Sheeran. We're not sure what bothers folks most about this one.
Nothing left to lose or use, or do my bad habits lead to white eyes stare into space?
Is it the synth-heavy track? Is it the way it pairs with the interesting music video, which sees Sheeran dressed up as a vampire? Is it the fact that, with a little distance, the whole thing feels slightly repetitive? Maybe if Bad Habits had been more of a deep cut as opposed to a single, we could have found more to enjoy about it.
I was looking for a way out, now I can't escape. Nothing
After all, constant radio airplay is responsible for ruining a lot of otherwise decent tracks. You'll find us listening to a lot of Ed Sheeran songs, but this one is relatively low on the list these days. Number 5, Heat Waves, Glass Animals. Heat Waves is one of the biggest hits of the decade so far, and it got there in a rather unconventional way.
You just need a better life than this. You need something I can never give.
The Glass Animals song reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, but it did so after working its way up the charts over the course of 59 weeks. Because of this, it felt like there were always new people discovering the song, which is great.
Now I gotta let you go. You'll be better off in someone new.
However, it also means that for those of us who found it early, it has now reached way overplayed status. So if it's new to you, enjoy. But if it's not and you're getting a little tired of it, we get it.
He always been faking me out. Can't make you happier now.
Number 4, Happy, Pharrell Williams. It might seem crazy what we're about to say. Clap along if you feel like this Pharrell Williams tune annoys you now also.
Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you.
Like the rest of the world, we were on the Happy bandwagon back in 2013. And honestly, we were still clapping along, at least periodically, in 2014, 2015, 2016, and maybe even 2017. But we're not really clapping along anymore. The song had a great run, but it's safe to say most people need a break from it. That's not to say we won't feel like a room without a roof again at one point. Today just isn't that day.
Hey, clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do.
Number 3, All About That Bass, Meghan Trainor. It was reportedly the best-selling track by a female artist in the 2010s.
I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, bass.
And there were plenty of folks who were all about that bass in 2014 and beyond. We get it. Don't get us wrong, the notion that every inch of you is perfect from the bottom to the top will not get old.
But I'm here to tell you, every inch of you is perfect from the bottom to the top.
But after so many years, every inch of the song has the capacity to be annoying. Plus, there are so many other, newer Meghan Trainor releases to discover. So these days, when All About That Bass starts playing, we do like the singer said and move along to the next track.
So if that's what you're into, then go ahead and move along.
Number 2, Whip My Hair, Willow. We all remember when Willow Smith started whipping her hair back and forth. After all, a whole lot of us followed her lead thanks to the aptly titled Whip My Hair. The song did well upon its release, and it's not hard to see why. For a while back in 2010, we all had Smith's name in our mouths and the track blasting in our ears.
And we ain't doing nothing wrong, so don't tell me nothing, I'm just trying to have fun.
But we'd be lying if we said the repetitive chorus hasn't started to give us whiplash. To this day, we appreciate its message of being who you are and loving yourself, but we can probably do without the rest.
Don't matter if it's long or short, do it with your hair.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Baby, Justin Bieber featuring Ludacris. Yes, we understand that Baby helped propel Justin Bieber's career forward.
I was like, baby, oh, like, baby.
And in the intervening years, the Biebs has put out some great songs we have on constant rotation. But Baby arguably isn't his best work. It's very 2010 teeny bopper, and while there's nothing inherently wrong with that, we know it's not one of the best of what he, or featured artist Ludacris, have to offer.
There was nobody that compared to my baby and nobody came between us or could ever come above. She had me going crazy.
But don't take our word for it. The song's music video actually became one of the most disliked in YouTube's history. We're not sorry that we got to know Justin Bieber, but we're glad he's grown and moved on to bigger and better things.
Now I'm all gone, I'm gone.
Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments. And hey, if you're a fan of the song playing right now, be sure to check out the music video for it right here.
Tell 'em every